Okay, so we are going to get going on the rocker panel and rear fender kit. So it's a two-piece kit. The first kit that we're going to be installing is going to be this lower rocker panel piece. So I'm going to spray my slip solution on the panel. There we go, that's good. Then I'm going to take my squeegee, I'm going to make my dry spot over here at the front. And just going to stick the film to the paint, and then I'm just going to back roll the film on. Okay, now we'll come back to the front. Now what I'm doing is I'm just pulling the film back, and I'm going to get some slip solution behind the film here. I'm not going to pull the film back along the whole rocker panel. I'm just going to do this, just the front first. Spray some slip solution on top of the film. And if you want to try and get in here, you can see that we have to stretch the film past the front a little bit, because there's a small little relief cut right over here. So, there's some tack solution right there. I'm just tacking that down. There we go, that's good. Now, this next part that we're going to do is we're going to take and get this lined up over here by the front door. As you can see, this notch right here, this is our wrapped edge that wraps into the door. There we go. That is good. Now we have this finger right here. Just going to spray my tack solution in there, and I'm just going to squeegee that down sideways with my squeegee. That's good. Now we can start to move our way back towards the back of the car. So now I'm going to stop right over here by the front and rear door. I'm going to pull our film back, get more slip solution behind the film. And what I want to do here is I just want to make sure that I got roughly the same amount of PPF that's going to be wrapping into the door as I did across or at the front over here. So you can also see that I have a small finger over here. So what I need to do is I need to stretch this back just a little bit, not a lot. So just going to stretch this back. There we go, that's good. Now what we can do is take our tack solution, and I'm going to pull the film back from the door. I'm going to spray a tack solution behind the film. And I'm just going to squeegee this down from front to back. Now with the Tesla Model 3, it has this painted low rocker panel, and it can have a bit of a textured paint to it, which can make installing PPF on it very interesting. But once it's dried out, it does stick quite well. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spray more tack solution behind the film here. And then because I need to take and wrap this around, right now I'm going to take my squeegee and I'm going to get the film wrapped around just enough into that doorway. As you can see, I'm going to take the squeegee and I'm going to flex it on that corner. And I'm going to work my way from the back of the door to the front. Once I have this whole lower rocker panel kit installed, then I will open the door and I will finish the wrap. But for now, we can continue to move our way back. Okay, now we are back over here. I'm pulling our film back. I'm getting more slip solution behind the film. Now, as you can see that the PPF stops right over here at this body line. There's going to be a seam there. The reason we do this is it's just going to make this a whole lot easier to install than doing the one-piece rear quarter, which is it's very easy to run into a lot of problems when installing that one. So what I'm going to do right now is just make sure that it's lined up nicely with this body line right here. As you can see, we have our wrapped edge around the wheel well here and inside the door. So that's good right there. So I got a little bit of tack solution behind the film. That's good. Now we can take and pull all of our solution down. So I'm going to spray our tack solution behind the film here like I was doing before. If you run into issues with fingers, just always remember to squeegee those fingers down at an angle, side to side in that sawing motion. Personally, in my opinion, doing these lower rockers on the Model 3 is probably one of the more difficult panels to install, and it's just simply because you're so low to the ground that it's very hard and taxing on the body to be working this low, unless you're fortunate enough to have a hoist to work with. That would make this a whole lot easier. Now, what we need to do is the same thing we did on the front there. We need to pull this film away from the door. Spray our tack solution behind the film. That's good. And get this film wrapped in underneath the door. Okay, now what we are going to do is we're going to open the rear door and we're going to wrap the film inside. Okay, so now we're going to wrap the paint protection film inside on this edge. And I'm actually going to start right up top here where the film wrapped inside. And I'm just going to use my thumb, go nice and slow. Make sure that film is wrapped around that corner. Once that's down with my thumb, I'm just going to come in here with a squeegee and squeegee this down. It's a little bit difficult where the doors meet, but we're gonna do our best to get that down. Okay, now we're in the front here. So what we're gonna do is just gonna take our squeegee and kind of work it underneath the door to get the film wrapped around. And it's very crucial to have the back door open, because if you close the back door, it actually eliminates this area to work. So we'll keep that open. And then we're just gonna go back and forth with the squeegee, and we're just pushing that film down. And there we go. That's good. Now we can get on to the rear fender piece.